Hello, Twin Flames. Happy to portal. Let's jump straight into the reading to see what's going on with the twins on this date. During this time, what do we need to know? And speaking of what we need to know, the Whispers of the Ocean is the deck that I picked for oracle messages, and let's set that intention for the oracle card that we'll get a piece of advice of how to utilize the energy of this portal. For the feminines, we have number 22. Take note, look at that. Speaking of 2-2 portal, your answers are being given to you. Quiet and external voices and excessive noise will give you the chance to hear what is being offered. Quiet the mind, hear the answer. For some, you may need to ask the question first. Frame it, phrase it, maybe speak it out loud. For masculines, we have 6, looking at the underbelly. Be sure that you're using your time in the best possible manner. You might consider taking time to organize yourself, or perhaps a project you're working on could use some fine-tuning. So this is like that sharpen the saw principle from the 7 habits of most efficient people. Let's get into tarot. And by the way, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe the video if you enjoy what I'm doing. This really supports the channel. And of course, I'm open for personal readings. I'm feeling much better now, so I will definitely be taking on more bookings and readings. So let me know. Let me know if you're interested to know more about your story, your situation. 8 of Swords at the bottom of the deck, yeah, so it feels like twins do have some questions that they're struggling to find answers for. And I'm feeling the sense of self-blame or like guilt and shame kind of vibration, which is the lowest vibration that we could get to. Like the emotion was the lowest vibration. There we go. If you didn't know that, this is just a fun fact, but something to think about. And I was just thinking about it yesterday, about how much the generation of our parents, especially speaking from my culture, from Eastern Europe, how much guilt and shame was a big part of parenting that they did for us. And of course, their parents did for them, right? Like that was just like the core of it. Make the kid feel guilty about what they did, shame them. How could you do that? I mean, what were you thinking? That was like the key communication model, right? And now thinking back at it, I'm like, whoa, I still have so much to undo from my mind, and things that I suppressed or that I got so used to that now I'm sometimes doing the same. I'm repeating the same when something happens in my life as an adult, right? Like, how could I have done that, right? I have those phrases because I've been hearing them for many years growing up. Bottom of the deck here, 2 of Pentacles, yeah. So this is a little bit of a juggle between like, where do I focus, or how do I make a good decision right now? That's what I'm getting for the twins in general. So for feminines, the energy is 9 of Wands clarified by Queen of Swords. So there's a little bit of a fear to look the truth in the eye, right? To face the music. I would just say, and I love in this deck, this is a steampunk deck, that this is 9 of Wands in this case is a more of a curiosity, right? More of an analysis, more scientific approach. It's like, okay, I can figure it out. It's a puzzle, but I can figure it out, right? And that's what you should be, that's how you should be approaching it, with curiosity, with interest. Not like, oh, this is gonna be hard to process, right? Like that may be an immediate reaction from your brain, but that's then the next step where you consciously move into like, I'm actually interested to know. Why am I getting this feeling every time I'm asked to do this? Or why is it so hard for me to, I don't know, ask for help or say I'm sorry or whatever that is, right? Like, be curious about those fears that you have. Go beyond. At the end of the day, it's you doing it with you, for you, right? It's not like you need to do show and tell to the class or something, right? Like, it's your personal space. Why not use it for this kind of exploration? For masculines, we have Page of Pentacles, clarified by Nine of Cups. Another 9, that's interesting. Page of Pentacles in this deck for me is the preparation card. This is like somebody preparing to walk on stage, right? So masculines understand that they're very close to their wish coming true, that they've got everything they need. Like they can see it just in front of them. It's so close they can touch it. But the remaining piece is to go on stage and speak on that on the behalf of their wishes and make it happen. Do the action, right? That's the Pentacles suit, right? And that's what they're preparing for. That's what's scary to them, right? That's their mind prison on how do I do that. And again, there are of course like multiple layers of like concerns on that, like how do I look good, how do I get it right the first time around, how do I make sure that my feminine or my friends and family are proud of me or whatever, right? This is just a hint for masculines watching to look into that direction of maybe those things are like keeping you back and keeping you away from walking on stage and making your dream come true. Additional question, the Emperor clarified by Knight of Cups, right? So where can the twins get more in control and in charge of what's going on with the communication and with giving and receiving love in their life? And I feel like this is not just about each other to each other, right? Because we learn from any and all relationships that we have in our life, from any and all people that surround us. So definitely includes, but not limited to, the twin. For feminines, it's Seven of Cups clarified by King of Cups. Yeah, so a lot of emotion going on, right? A lot of emotion that is coming to the surface, but it's hard to express it in a healthy way. So this is how you can get in charge, right? Learn more of emotional intelligence. Learn more of how to process those emotions in a healthy way. Some of them will be pure and healthy. Some of them will be coming out of fear, right? And of course, the golden rule remains: accept, acknowledge, know, recognize all of them. But the other side of it is like the main part of inner work to do here is to catch them before you react, before you become too emotional in a negative way with another person, right? Like a lot of times we're talking about being angry, being mean, being jealous, like those things that come up, being impatient, things that come up as a reaction, right? As something that, you know, the spark just goes out and it's like, so in that moment, recognize, okay, I'm gonna go off now, this is not healthy, and then write it down, or if you have a chance, think about it, right? Like take that moment, take a break. If you are in a room with a conversation, ask for a break, a bathroom break, I don't know, take a sip of water at least to give yourself a few seconds, right, before you come back with a response, so that you can at least acknowledge what's going on. That gives you power. A lot of people think that it's just suppressing, but it's recognizing. That's the key part here. Masculines, you have Knight of Pentacles, clarified by King of Wands. So for masculines, to be in charge is like to have a specific plan, to have a roadmap of action, not just go with the, again, this is like the spark, the passion, right? Like not just go with, yeah, this feels good, so I'm just gonna jump on it, right? This, I'm not saying this is a bad idea, but this may also get your mind in a point where you don't feel in charge, right? If you want to feel more in charge, materialize it in a plan, in a roadmap. And it doesn't mean that it's going to be set in stone, but it's going to give you, put you in a more confident and also more safe space in terms of knowing where you're headed, right? And still stay agile and see how you need to adjust your plan as you move along. But it gives us a lot more sense of control and understanding what's going on if we have that plan, right? So sometimes it's a good idea to just know one step ahead, but you can't really go off that like for everything and during your entire life, right? It's a good balance of that and also having a plan, knowing where you're going, setting goals, As people, we need that. Otherwise, we're just gonna be living in chaos, and that's not gonna be making us happy either. So do not overdo either or. Find balance, masculines. Okay, what would feminists like to say to the masculines during the time? Where's the message? The Lover is clarified by 5 of Pentacles. But in this 5 of Pentacles, since this is the after tarot deck, it's actually that I almost feel like there is a more sense of a community here, right? So feminines would like to say that I don't want you to feel lonely just because we're not necessarily talking to each other, right? Like this woman is not in communication with these guys, but they're there, right? They can still connect. They can be in each other's life. They can support each other, right? And that's what the feminine is saying. Like our love is so much bigger than ourselves. Then it's always there. It's always present. And if you, just because we're not in a specific state of relationship doesn't mean that that connection doesn't exist and that I'm not sending you a message of love. Remember that. And I feel like 2-2 portal is kind of about that anyway, right? The 2 pieces, the 2 people, right? It's like cooperation, collaboration, compromise between the 2 without going with just one thing. What would masculines like to share? Look at that. I mean, oh my God, so much romance. 6 of Cups clarified by the Star. Masculines are saying they know that you are their guiding star. They know this is completely destined. They realize how much more they become in touch with themselves and with what truly matters in life because of this connection, because of how the feminines have changed their life. And they know there's still a long way to go, but they feel hopeful with the Star over here. They feel hopeful that you will reunite and that this will provide healing and happiness for the both of you, but also on a bigger, wider, more global, more collective level. Because they can tell, even if they don't have the vocabulary for it, they understand that this is so archetypal and so much bigger than just the 2 people and, you know, what a lot of us would normally call a romantic relationship. Okay, thank you so much for joining me today, guys. I think I'm gonna end it here. Happy 2-2 portal, and I'll talk to you again very, very soon.